Holy fuck, Dean moans more about work than I do, and that's saying something. I'm a Celebrity, episode 11, Wednesday the 27th of September on STV, and there's rats down on camp. The campmates receive a letter from the producers telling them to make sure that all the food's cleaned up and all the plates and pots are put away in the box at night. Now, Jane's already read this letter, and she's the one who's in charge of doing dishes with Lisa, but for whatever reason, Richard stands up and he's like telling everybody, make sure that this is all put away. Now, he's maybe doing that because other people are going to have that job in the future, but Jane and Talisa know that that's their job, and they didn't even turn around and say, oh sorry, that was my fault. When Jane actually starts cleaning up, she says, oh, I'm just going to use this water. She's using the camp's water that they use to drink. Now, why didn't anybody say, no, you need to go down to the creek, or I'll help you down to the creek if you want, because we've already boiled this water and it's for drinking? Melvin and Dean were in charge of collecting the water, and Melvin was saying that it was more difficult because he felt as if he was always having to chase Dean and ask him for help. So when Jane said that she was just going to wash the dishes in the camp and use the water that had already been boiled for drinking, Ada says, no, we've already collected that for drinking. But then when Dean was up moaning, and he was like, we're constantly walking up and down here, it's a heavy job, like whatever else he was saying, and Jane said, oh, we did that last week, we know. Why didn't Melvin say, aye, you collected it for drinking, but yous are using it to clean dishes? I really can't stand when people don't stick up for themselves, and I know a lot of the time people don't say anything because they feel like it's going to cause animosity, but in my mind, if I don't say something, it's going to cause animosity because the tension builds up, and then it gets to a point where you just snap, so you're as well just saying something at the time. When Jane was saying she collected the water last week, and he says, oh, I'm exhausted because I've been out collecting stars, and you did one task yesterday and you've slept all day. Like, aye, okay, he's been out collecting stars, but it's a 12-minute task. I don't know how far the walk is to do these things, right? And aye, okay, it's a traumatic event. Some of them were traumatic. But he's got an absolute cheek to stand up there and just moan when everybody else is just getting on with it. I'm glad that Dean said, oh, we call you Houdini because you just disappear. Because he said what he was thinking, but he managed to say it in a jokey way, and he didn't cause any arguments. But Dean is just such a crybaby bitch. Now, I'm on about work. I'm on about having to get ready to go to work. I'm on about going to work. I'm on when I'm in work. And then I stop moaning when I'm home. Because I actually just hate working for a living. But the way he is just plays the victim 24/7, it's exhausting. Talisa went down to do the bush tucker trial, and I think it was called clock shock or something. And I thought she was going to be getting shocked, and I was like, there is no way I would participate in that. Thankfully it wasn't, but she was in a cage, she was attached to a clock, and then they were dropping beasties in that on her, and then she had to answer questions and go round. Now, she didn't do great, she got 5 stars, but when she came out she says, I knew the answers to some of them, but when I'm like scared or when I'm shocked or whatever, like my brain doesn't work. No joke, if I'm angry, even the slightest bit angry, my brain can't function. To the point where I don't know how to work WhatsApp, I don't know how to send a text message. If I need to phone somebody, I can't figure out where the phone icon is. I don't know how to get the keypad up. Like, my brain literally just doesn't know anything. So I'm the same, like, I've got no sense of direction. So when I'm lost, I can't use Google Maps, I can't phone people for help, I just freeze. Not to mention the fact that I don't work well under time pressure. I watch a lot of shows where they answer questions and I go, oh, I could do that. But see, as soon as you put a timer on me, I'm fucked. So, with that being said, she actually did quite well. But there was some of the questions that they asked her that I wouldn't have even have known. Like the football one. I'd have been like, how the fuck am I meant to know 12 teams, full stop? So she got 5 stars, she was really disappointed. I think considering it was her first task, and considering she was under time pressure and all that, I do think that she did well, but she was just really being hard on herself because she felt like the camp was going to be disappointed. Ant and Dec came down to the camp and told them who'd be doing the next bush tucker trial, and it was Dean, Danny and Alan, and they told them that they'd be going head to head and the rest of the camp get to watch. So I briefly seen a clip on TikTok of the show that's on after I'm a Celebrity, and they were saying that they're changing up the way they do it. They're now not going to be earning stars, and they're going to go into 3 teams, and they're going to have a credit card, and when they do tasks they're going to earn money. The 3 separate teams will have joint accounts within their teams, and whatever money's on it they've got to share. So they're going to use this money for everything. They're going to use it for food, luxuries, going to the toilet. It's going to cost them money to go to the toilet. And I would feel bad for whoever is in my team, because I need to pee so many times in a day. It's actually shocking. I'd end up getting to the point where I would be like, that, is there any way that I can just buy an adult nappy for the day? Because otherwise we're going to end up running out of money. Now, to be honest, I don't really know how I feel about this bank card idea, but it is something different. It changes it up a wee bit, and I don't really like change. I like things to just stay consistent, but it might end up being the best thing ever. A lot of people in the comments were saying, oh, is that not going to cause a lot of animosity in the camp? Well, aye, obviously that's the reason they're doing it. So because Danny, Dean and Alan are going head to head, I'm wondering if they're going to be like the team leaders, and then they're going to choose who's in their teams. Oof, I'd be like that, please don't put me in Dean's team for the love of fuck. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new bank card idea, and what you thought of last night's episode, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!